joining us on the news update on African Free Press Television. My name is Arit Ifan. It's time for the news update at dusk. President Muhammadu Buhari today relieved Dr. Joseph Dawa of his appointment as Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. According to a statement by his Special Advisor on Media and Publicity, Femi Adesina, the President has subsequently approved the appointment of Executive Vice Chairman of ExxonMobil Africa, Emmanuel Ibe Kachukwu, to head NNPC. Kachukwu took over the NNPC headquarters in Abuja at about 3 p.m. Nigerian time. President Muhammadu Buhari had on June 26 ordered the immediate termination of the NNPC board. New facts emerged yesterday on the ordeal of Austin Okoje, Akwa Ibom resident electoral commissioner, while in the custody of the DSS. According to reports, Okoje, who was arrested 2 weeks ago, was released on Saturday and ordered to report daily to the DSS office for further interrogation. It was gathered that Okoje could barely walk or talk upon his release after being serially assaulted by the DSS. Investigations also proved that the rep was being interrogated about his relationship with the PDP in Akwa Ibom State and tortured to confess that he connived with the PDP to rig elections. Nigerian Chief of Army Staff Major General Tukur Buratai is believed to have concluded plans to establish a Special Task Force battalion to be located in Sambisa Forest. It was gathered that plans to establish the Force Brigade was part of efforts to reorganize the Army. Army spokesperson Colonel Sani Osman had on Saturday said the Army was reviewing all recent disciplinary cases due to a wave of litigation by some aggrieved personnel. The latest move is believed to be part of the comprehensive plan to get insurgents out of their Sambisa base and prevent them from having territories which they could use to carry out attacks in the Lake Chad Basin area. A group known as Benue Patriots have petitioned the Senate President Bukola Saraki and Speaker House of Representatives Yakubu Dogara over allegations of threats to the life of Auditor General of the Federation Samuel Okura. In a copy of the petition made available to our correspondent, the group had said some people, including an ex-militant leader, a director and former deputy director in the office of the Auditor General, were indicted over alleged plans to kill Okura or forcefully remove him from office. They therefore plead with Saraki and Dogara to use their offices to compel the Inspector General of Police, Solomon Arase, to prosecute those indicted in the police investigation, stating that it is imperative to bring the indicted persons to book as stipulated by law. Justice Gabriel Kolawole of the Federal High Court in Abuja has threatened to nullify a report of investigation of the police on suspected forgery of the Senate Standing Orders 2015 if proven that actions have been taken on the report since the suit challenging the investigation of the case was filed. The suit was filed on July 23 by Enugu East Senator in the National Assembly, Gilbert Naji. But the police have since completed their investigation and forwarded its reports to the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation for legal advice and further action. Justice Kolawole, before adjourning the matter, said the police would be made to account for actions they had taken on the investigation since the suit was filed. However, before adjourning the matter till September 8, he directed that the suit be transferred to Justice Adeniyi Ademola, who will take over as vacation judge next week. President Muhammadu Buhari today requested approval of the Senate for a $75 million credit facility from the World Bank on behalf of the Edo State government. The money, when converted at 196 naira to a dollar, is 14.7 million naira. In a later address to the Senate President Bukola Saraki and read on the floor of the House, the President explained that the amount was the second part of the $225 million development policy program approved for the states by the World Body in 2012. The President further explained that executive directors of the bank approved the second part of the loan, having expressed satisfaction with the usage of the first part of $75 million earlier released for the implementation of the 2012 to 2014 development program. Burundi's President Pierre Nkurunziza has warned against vengeance following the assassination of a senior general. Nkurunziza won a third term last month in the midst of deadly protest over his decision to run for office again, as opponents argued this contravened the constitution. According to the UN Refugee Agency, more than 70 people have been killed since the unrest began in April, and about 180,000 have fled the country. Pierre Nkurunziza came to power in 2005 after about 300,000 were killed in a 12-year conflict between ethnic Hutu and Tutsis. Reports from his foundation indicates that South Africa's Archbishop Desmond Tutu has returned home after a second spell in a hospital for a recurring infection. The infection is said to be related to treatment he had for prostate cancer over the past 18 years. Mr. Tutu was readmitted on 28 July, 1 week after being discharged. He will now continue his recovery at home. Evacuation orders have been given to 13,000 people in California as firefighters struggle to contain some 20 wildfires. According to officials, about 9,000 firefighters worked throughout Monday in steep terrain and rugged conditions to stem the so-called Rocky Fire north of San Francisco, which has already consumed more than 90 square miles of land. Israel has arrested Meir Eitinga, one of most wanted Jewish extremists, by the Shin Bet Internal Security Organization for alleged involvement in criminal nationalist activity. Police spokeswoman Luba Samri said today that Eitinga, the 24-year-old grandson of late Jewish extremist Rabbi Meir Cohen, is scheduled to appear before a court in the northern town of Nazareth to have his imprisonment extended. Cohen was founder of the ultra-right Catch Party, which was outlawed by Israel as a terrorist organization in the 1980s. Eitinga has been arrested multiple times in the past and served restraining orders banning him from entering the West Bank. The Ynet news site published a document in which Eitinga purportedly advocated attacking Palestinians and vandalizing sensitive Muslim and Christian holy sites in order to create a major revolution and bring down the state of Israel. For more news, please visit www.africanfreepress.com. Do follow at African Free Press on Twitter and like African Free Press on Facebook. And of course, remember that you can be a reporter on African Free Press Television. Visit our website, click on the iReport icon, and then you can send in your reports from anywhere around the world. My name is Arit Efanga. Good evening.